Alright, so you can take this X, hold it with other hand, just if you want, move somewhere, and then just release it somewhere in this collision. And you can see that if I move around, it will still be here. I can pick it up from it, throw somewhere, then pick it up again, and leave it here. And I can still go where I want. Okay, let's get to it. Alright, so first of all, I have this X, just to have some objects to demonstrate it with. And for that we will go to Virtual Reality PP, Blueprints, and copy this PP pickup cube, duplicate it, and let's call it X. Alright, open it. And let's just change that mesh, click on this yellow arrow, then reset it to default, and add here X, Fire X. You can use whatever mesh you want. If you want, you can just use that basic cube. I'm afraid it will be a little bit too small. Oh no, that's actually cool. Let's leave it like that. And what we will do in event graph is to add here one more variable. That variable will be boolean, and let's call it can be stored. And I should really work on names of these variables. Not important right now. Let's get to motion controller pawn, and we will find event kick, which is probably here. No, that's event begin play, but that doesn't matter because first of all we need to go to construction script, and we will start by getting actor of class. That actor of class will be of course our X, and promote it to variable. Okay, and let's call it object1 underscore 01. I will have only one object, so it doesn't matter how it will be called, but you may need to do more of them. Alright, that's all fine. So now let's go back to viewport and add here collision. It should be box collision. Let's scale it up a little bit. Let's go like with, I don't know, 70. That's probably way too big, but doesn't matter. And let's put it under VR origin. And maybe let's get it a little bit higher. And it will be much easier if we will see it in VR. So disable this hidden in game. Okay, and now let's go to event graph. And I almost forgot, first of all we need to actually get our X and do something with this variable we have just created. It that was kinda lame, my bad. So let's take this can be stored and set it to untrue once you pick it up, and to true once it will fall down. That simply means once you will let it go, it will be enabled to be stored in inventory system. And that inventory system I mean just belt. So let's go to motion controller pawn somewhere here, and we will now really need that event kick. If you can find just right here event kick, and it will take us to it. Alright, that's great. And from here, first of all, we will add under sequence new pin and set it to branch. Alright. And for that we will take our condition and we will set it to is overlapping. Okay, now that is overlapping actor and actor box. So we will just check if our where was it? Object01 is overlapping with box, which means this collision. And if it will be false, it won't do anything, and then which means that it won't take that much performance, because every kick of the game it will just check if it is overlapping. If it is not, it won't do anything. So that's fine. Let's move it back a little bit, and then after true we will add another branch, and that will be simply taken from this object01. Get object01, and from it we want that variable which was can be stored, and connect it here. And if it will be set to true, and at the same time it is overlapping and it is set to true, we want to set world location. So let's take object01 and set. Now we actually don't want set world location. We want to attach actor to component, which means object01 will be attached to our parent, and parent will be our box. Okay, and make sure that you don't leave it to keep relative. You need to set it to keep world. And that should be about it. Let's compile it and test it in VR. Just one thing, make sure that you actually put it in the game, otherwise you won't be able to store it in inventory. If you forget as I did, Let's test it. Alright, so first of all, I need to stand to make an inventory look actually good, because if I was sitting, the inventory is somewhere here, which looks kinda bad. So let's stand up, and you can see that inventory is here, and that X is a little bit small, but doesn't matter. I can move it however I want, but if I leave it in the place of that collision and let it go, it will stay there, and it will travel with me, which is the most important part. So let's take it, put it behind my back, leave it there, and you can see that that X is still here and waiting. You can create just really small collision on your side and leave it here to make it something like that. Be able to travel with it, etc, etc, etc. Stuff is fine. And you can see that the only thing you can store like that is that X. So it's very useful for weapons, etc, etc. Alright, that's about it. It was a really short tutorial. I hope that it was helpful for you, and if it helped you in any way, a like and comment would be really very much appreciated. And if you really want to support me in any way, I have a Patreon account, or you can just join the Discord and have a chat with some other people that are there, or with me. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, nothing really matters. Anyway, that's all what I wanted to say. Let's leave depression to some other time, and Sir Fancy out.